Chelsea Shine. Shine, drop step, turnaround, jumper
to Scott. Scott throws it down with a one-hand slam. Kept alive by Landisburg, tips it ahead to Farrakhan. He's going to throw it down with a one-hand jam.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly,
a little quicker, a little stronger. Maybe this year I might, finish with a dunk this year. I don't know.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Chelsea Shine, number 50 on the women's basketball team. It's time for the ACC Big Ten Challenge, and we've got the stories for you. But first, let's check out our play of the week.
1:40 to go, 15 seconds to shoot. Mike Scott pump fakes, gets his man in the air, ball hangs on the rim, and it drops. A big-time shot from Mike Scott, and an opportunity at a three-point play.
Talked about Mike Scott, get some people up in the air. Maybe you can draw a foul, and there are a couple significant times. I think the biggest basket for us is when Mike got his three-point play. He lifted the guy and drew a foul.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next.
Up by Harris, he feeds ahead to Farrakhan, who glides inside, lays it in off the window. Thought about a three, attacks in the lane, now feeds it out near wing right. Sherrill fires for three, got it! Will Sherrill has given Virginia the 1-point lead.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. Our men's basketball team traveled to Minnesota earlier this week to take on the Golden Gophers. Let's check out the game story.
Gets it back, now feeds out to an open Harris. He splashes through a three-pointer, and Virginia strikes first. It's 3-0. It's on the ground. It's a loose ball. Minnesota's going to hold on. Here's an alley-oop upstairs to Mpakwe, who throws it down off of a great feed. Who won the Puerto Rico tip-off, beating Carolina and West Virginia on the way. Mustafa Farrakhan drove the lane. He had his shot partially deflected. Minnesota goes the other way. Sizes up another three, and he drains it from the far wing left. Virginia trailing 18-7. Pull-up jumper, Mike Scott from 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Good-looking shot from Mike Scott. Minnesota with a lead, 9:34 to go. Opening half. Barron feeds far wing right. Farrakhan uncorks a three-pointer, and he drains it this time.
See, when I saw it, I was just reading my defender when I was coming off the screens. I seen that he was a step late, so Coach Bennett and the staff always tells me when my feet are set. I'm a really good shooter, so I just tried to get my feet set. Once I seen the first two go down, I was just telling myself, just remember that rhythm.
Set the offense up with 6:13 to go in our opening half. It's a three-point try, and Joe Harris bangs another one home, this time from the far wing right.
Mood came out and he was hitting everything, so that was great having him hot. And I mean, we were down a little bit in the beginning, but that's one of the things that we've been kind of making a focus out of is not hanging your head and keep battling, just working one step at a time to, kind of slim down that lead and then push for it after there.
Harris with the ball now. Far wing right, passes to Sherrill, now to Farrakhan. He flicks the wrist from three, and he hits it again.
When you're not scoring, it does put a lot of pressure in defense, so the fact that Mood could at least keep us within 10, within 9 was important. And you see a lot of inexperienced mistakes, guys rushing, silly turnovers, trying to take it too deep. Stuff we just got to be sounder and learn and do it out of the blocks. We just have been getting tired of transition baskets. I mean, the ability, we talk all the time about the things that will get you beat, eliminate losing, and it starts with getting your defense set. We use the don't take arrows in the back is the phrase we use, and they kept getting down the floor. It's like our guys either would forget to match up or we had troubles, and in that first time out in the second half, I'd say we're either going to send 4 back, or the second you don't go back, you're coming out.
Pass down a little Mike Scott draws the double team, kicks it out. Will Sherrill from three. This one is perfect from the top of the yard. Velazquez's dribble. He'll pass it off to Harris. Comes around a curl, and he hits a 13-foot jumper from the elbow.
Joe Harris, as a freshman, was he did some things that were very unfreshman-like. I told Moo right before the game, I said the last two practices were the best I've seen. He threw himself into the team, and you know, he's so competitive, and he, in your last year you want to play, and I think he just said, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And I saw him more vocal in our last two practices, more team-oriented than I've ever seen, and we need him. We need his athleticism, his ability to guard. Moo certainly had his stroke going. And just really let the game come. When you shoot that well, it helps, but he let the game come, and I think that when Moo does that, he's a very effective player.
Come to life. Evans will pass it off to Farrakhan. Thought about a three, attacks in the lane, now feeds it out near wing right. Sherrill fires from three, got it! Will Sherrill has given Virginia the 1-point lead. Evans floats up a little teardrop on the other side. It's an air ball. Mike Scott gets the offensive rebound and puts it right back up and in off the window.
But then we started moving with a little three-man motion, and I thought that was very important for us. Joe actually got going in that, but Mike, they couldn't just lock him in on a side. He started moving, and then they started switching, and Mike has some touch. So I was happy for Mike because he played really well the last two games down at Maui, or in Maui, and then he backed it up.
Dribbles between the defense, now feeds it out. Three-pointer on the way. Hollins missed it strong. Rebound to Iverson. Iverson tries to put it back up. He's rejected by Hassan Sen. 6:46 to go. Virginia trailed by 10 at the half. Here's Harris firing away from three. He got it! Joe Harris bombs away from the near wing right, and that lead has extended now to 9 points. The offense has been better. Virginia has owned the half. Here's Harrell going past the defense. Up and under move. No good. Hassan Sen, the offensive rebound, and he was collapsed upon underneath.
The one thing Hassan has always been since I've been here is active and willing. He'll set screens. He worked hard this summer. He had a good preseason, and he's worked hard on his shot. But I thought keeping some of those balls alive, and then just defensively not having to trap the post all the time, he stepped up, and that was pivotal for us.
Full-court pressure in a 7-point game. Inbound pass to Mike Scott. He feeds ahead to Harris. Harris looks to put up a runner. It's no good. Hassan Sen with the offensive rebound, and he was fouled. Hassan Sen, 4 offensive rebounds now here from Hassan. He puts it up. It's good. So he makes good on 1 of 2, and it's an 8-point game. Pass it back to John Tell. 1:40 to go. 15 seconds to shoot. Mike Scott pump fakes, gets his man in the air. Ball hangs on the rim, and it drops. A big-time shot from Mike Scott, and an opportunity at a 3-point play.
Along with Mike, KT was struggling at the line, made some free throws in Moo's game. So everybody made some big plays.
3 seconds to go. John Tell Evans dribbles it out. There's the horn. Put it in the books. Virginia, the first team in America to knock off Minnesota. Our score 87-79.
That Maui tournament helped us. We played against 3 good teams. But it's a great team tonight, and I think this is helping us. We're going to play against a great team Sunday. So it's just helping us on this road with our team bonding, just staying together.
John Tell Evans is one of 6 returning players to Tony Bennett's squad. Let's check in with the point guard from Hampton, Virginia.
He sent it outside, top of the arc to Thompson. Thompson's pass intercepted and taken by Bub. It's going to be John Tell Evans going the other way. Lays it in off the window, and Virginia strikes first. And John Tell, after a tough day yesterday, gets off to a good start with a steal in the game's first points.
Oh, it's great. I mean, he's one of the best defenders in the country, one of the best on-ball defenders. His quickness mixed with his strength, it's just been great. It's tough, but I couldn't ask for anything else.
I do think we have to go hard, every day to make them better, because ACC is not a cupcake league. It's not a league for the timid. You got to go hard at each other. You got professional athletes coming out of this conference. So, for us, me and, Mike and them guys, we go hard at them, just to make them better so they can know what to expect, when we come to ACC play.
Taken by Evans. He intercepts it. Now he's racing out the other direction and lays it off the window and good.
John Tell has done some nice things for us. When John Tell lets it come, he's quick, he's strong, he gets in the lane. He's got to keep working on making good decisions. Defensively, he sets our defense. He's so important for us, that point of attack when he sets it and makes the other team take note of of the ball handling. He's done a good job.
I realize that's my job on this team. I also realize that when I start playing defense, my teammates start picking it up too. When they see me hounding the ball, they get excited and they want to strap up and play D too. So I realize that's my role on the team, you know, starting the defense up.
Your contribution last year was, of the 100%, 97.8 was on the defensive end.
Yeah.
So now 90% is on the defensive end. Once that, because your defense is high level, so once that offense catches up to 50%, oh, then we got a great point guard.
Last year, you know, was kind of embarrassing. I would say guys playing so far off me, and you know, I didn't have the confidence to shoot the ball. You know, in high school, you play it off me, I'll shoot it. But this summer, I work every day, hard, day in and day out on my jump shot, my offensive game, trying to become a better point guard. I wanted to show my teammates I'm confident shooting the ball. You know, they seen that and realized that, hey, if guys play off him, you know, he's going to knock down that shot.
He worked hard this offseason. He really attacked his ability to finish, you know, because he's quick enough to get in there, and whether it's floaters or touch driving, finishing drives, and just really trying to rep out and groove his shot so it can become acceptable, where if people decide to lay off of him, that he can shoot it with confidence and have more success with that.
Fans can expect me to, you know, knock down that open jump shot. The defense leaves me open, you know, and they can also expect, you know, my defense to be there just like it was last year. A little quicker, a little stronger. Maybe this year I might, you know, finish with a dunk this year. I don't know.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health Systems.
Our women's basketball team has faced 5 ranked opponents in the past 2 weeks. Let's pick up our coverage with the last game of the Virgin Islands Paradise Jam against number 21 TCU.
Now that kind of a 1-3-1 looking zone for TCU. They whip it inside to Shine, wide open behind the zone, and she'll lay it in from the left baseline. They give it to Jana Harding on the left baseline, who's in the game now. She'll give it back to Kellum. Top of the key, going right baseline for Shine. 10-foot jumper rattles home. Now to Gerson on the left wing. She'll throw it back to Kellum. They get it to Shine at the high post, swooping in with the left-hand scoop.
One of the things that we watched in film this morning on this team was their zone was pushed much higher than a lot of the other zones that we've seen and played against. And one of the things that we work on in our offense is to get the ball low, get behind the zone, find the gaps in the zone, and it seemed much more wide open and easier to execute that because there was so much room to work on the backside. So we just took advantage of that. You know, shots were falling. We had really good chemistry between not only the post but the guards in the post as well, and there was some good movement in there. So, you know, once a few shots start hitting, we really figure out the flow of the game.
Here's Kellum against that 2-3 zone. Lobs for Shine at the free throw line. Shine, little turnaround, 10-foot jumper, give it to her.
We did a really good job of sneaking behind the zone, and they had to force the zone down a little bit, and it gave our shooters a chance to hit some threes. I just felt like the team played with great energy today, played an excellent defensive game for the second game in a row, and you know, this is what we've been looking for. We just haven't been able to generate either enough offense or enough defense to really get it going, but now I think we have a team that understands and believes in what they're doing, and so, you know, hopefully we can carry this on into Columbus and have a good game against Ohio State.
High zone for TCU. Shine will dump it off to Egwu on the right baseline and lays it in. She'll give it right wing to Lexi Gerson, right back to Edwards. Around the perimeter on the left wing for Kellum. Backdoor lob for Gerson, who catches in the air and finishes with the right hand.
Lexi has matured as a player. I think that's the best word to use. She's learned to temper her game a little bit. She finds the open spots now. She's finding good shots for herself. She's hunting her shot. And she's also just doing a really good job of finding other players and playing good defense for us.
Here's Gerson on the right wing, crossing over. Got a great feed inside to Shine. Layup off the window with the left hand. A no-look pass from Lexi Gerson. She'll give it to Spears' daughter, top of the key. Spears' daughter got it to Carter, deep in the lane, and to McCall. Rejects her again on the turnaround jumper. Talia has come to defend the paint.
As a team, we were kind of just exhausted. We needed a win. We were hungry. We were just throwing it all out there, giving everything that we had. We've really connected these past couple of days as a team and come together. And I thought our team played great tonight. Everybody believed that we could do it. Everybody was doing whatever they needed to do to get the win. The first year stepped up and had a big game too. You know, Kelsey and Natera, and then Lexi and Pooh making great free throws in the stretch and just playing really well, seeing the basket, moving the ball. It was a huge team effort tonight, and it really brought us back together, I think, whereas we really were kind of struggling in the first 2 games. So we learned a lot. We get to work hard, take what we we had here and really apply it for these upcoming games. And it is only going to build us up as a team and make us stronger and more prepared for ACC play.
Top of the key, splash! That's a big shot from Whitney Edwards to give Virginia a 3-point lead. Perhalis for three, missed it from the left wing. Rebound Lavender inside, and you can't have that. Jasmine Pitts now in the game. Turn around, jumper off the window, kiss it home.
We were really impressed with Ohio State coming in. I mean, it wasn't like we felt like we were superior to them in any way, shape, or form. We knew that they were a really good team, and I had a chance to coach Jantel this spring with the USA basketball program, so I knew, how good she was and how well she finishes, and she had a really good game tonight, and I felt like when we cut it to 4, we had a good shot, but we got a little tired because we missed the 12-minute timeout, I think it was, and the 8-minute timeout was a little bit late. We got a little bit winded. We're not as deep, and I think that's where we weren't able to sustain anything in the first half, and it ended up ballooning in the last 2 minutes up to 14, which really tough to come in down 14 against a top 10 team.
One dribble will throw it into Egwu on the left baseline. Egwu against Lavender, challenges the big girl and lays it in off the window. Right there, Lavender driving on Egwu, backing in, little turnaround 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound Egwu, great defense.
I thought that she played very well, and she's coming. It's just she wasn't quite ready for Jantel those first 2 minutes.
Right off the window with the left hand for Simone Egwu.
We're still getting a lot of inconsistencies, and until we get a little bit better with the consistency area, that's where we're going to struggle.
Perhalis lobs for Jackson on the left baseline, back to Lavender at the free throw line. Jumper is good. Wow. 23 points for Jantel Lavender.
Go along with 12 rebounds.
And the beat goes on for the All-American. Gives it back to Franklin in the left corner. Two-man game. Great feed for Egwu, who got free and laid it in from the left block.
We knew this was going to be a tough game and kind of a short turnaround from the Ohio State trip. But I thought we prepared fairly well for it.
Key around the perimeter to Edwards, who lobs from McCall on the right baseline, who catches and finishes. Gives it to Edwards on the left wing. Bounce pass to Shine on the left block. Shine powering up and laid it in off the window.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea had a great game tonight. She was a real good leader on the floor for us, and I thought she just played extremely well, and she found her rhythm, shooting the ball, and she just did a great job for us.
Up, got it to Shine right in the middle of the lane. Turn around, right hand hook. Yeah, at the top of the key. Whips it inside to Shine. That's a great pass. Layup off the window with the right hand. Right corner to Merchant, driving right baseline to Nasi Skaite, whose shot is swatted by Gerson in the lane. So from the left baseline, little trickery. Moore threw it off the back of the defensive player.
It's really hard because if we had stayed healthy the whole time, it would have been different. But it's part of the game. You have to adjust and you have to make adjustments, and I think we've done okay with that. And we just have to get better. And I'm seeing some real good things from Simone Egwu and Chelsea Shine and Paulisha Kellum and Lexi Gerson's playing well. And we just have to get better faster. I guess that's the main thing.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Mike London just completed his first year as head football coach, and this week, Coach London held a season wrap-up press conference at the John Paul Jones Arena.
It's been interesting. It's been an interesting year about with young guys, a lot of guys defensively for the first time, being young guys playing the position for the first time, and the transition of having to learn all the nuances of playing. But I think if you ask any of the players now, there's more of a positive, upbeat attitude and atmosphere going into our winter conditioning, going into spring practice. And it starts with that mindset that was started earlier on. So we got to continue that. We have to improve in several categories, but at the same time, there's a measured amount of improvement when you look at offensively, doing a nice job. Special teams wise, I think there's 3 or 4 improvements that were made there offensively. I think like 6 categories, an improvement there defensively, changing the scheme, and safeties playing linebackers and fitting in run fits and things like that. You're going to have to learn how to do those things, and we had our share of learning in that regards. But the tackles for losses, I think that we improved that almost dramatically. And it just goes to, the 3-4 to the 4-3 and recruiting, the style of young men that it needs to play in that system. I think that will come. And matter of fact, I feel quite certain that will come. But when I look back and I look at the season as far as what guys have done, the effort, the energy that was given out there, I'm pleased with the progress of it. But now it's, now step up raise it up another level. As I said, we got to be better, be good, get better, or go home. Number 3 is not an option. So I'm excited about recruiting. I'm excited about the guys that are coming back, and moving forward and bringing this program forward.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We've got a couple of home basketball games coming up this week in the John Paul Jones Arena. On Monday, our women's basketball team hosts Radford in a 7 o'clock game, and on Tuesday, our men's team also hosts the Highlanders in a 7 p.m. tip-off. So come out to the John Paul Jones Arena to see a couple of great in-state basketball games. We'll be back next week with those game stories and more from Virginia Athletics. I'm Chelsea Shine. Thanks for supporting the Cavaliers, and remember, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.